We stayed up for like 5 hours probably talking, and I was so embarrassed because this guy was really, really cute as I remembered him.
Wishing that I would just get the confidence to scoot closer to her, let alone like hold her hand or anything. And the whole time I'm thinking, why can't I get a girl like this?
The first time that I saw Joe was on a picture on Facebook of him playing Guitar Hero, and I commented on the picture and I said, "Who's that hottie playing Guitar Hero?"
I remember she came by and she walked through the room, and I looked at her right away, and my first thought was like, "Who's this girl?"
I said, "Hello, my name is Joe. Hello, my name's Krystle," and I started some ramen noodles cooking in the microwave.
So I turned to Miguel and I was like, "So who's that girl?" And he's like, "Oh, don't go for her. She's the goody two-shoes or something to that effect." And at the time, I was so fed up with the past girlfriends that I've had. I think that's probably what led me to push on and try to go for her. But it was weird. She did her stuff and she left.
I was so embarrassed because this guy was really, really cute as I remembered him. And so I told Tyler he could eat my ramen noodles, and I just ran out of the house.
I watched her drive away and thought, oh, that might be the last time I'll ever see this girl. And it actually felt kind of weird.
Came back home later that night and he was still there.
She was back. And the odd thing is that I was supposed to be meeting with a girl that Tyler and Miguel thought that I'd go well with. Needless to say, it was horrible. She didn't talk to me the entire time. It was really awkward. So I'm trying to think about ways to get out of this, and she comes popping out of the room next to us. And Krystle's like, "Yo, so do you want to come see Krystle's room?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." And I was like, "Okay, fine." So I totally avoided it, went into the room, and then never came back out.
We stayed up for like 5 hours probably talking, and
wishing that I would just get the confidence to scoot closer to her, let alone like hold her hand or anything. And the whole time I'm thinking, why can't I get a girl like this?
And I left a little note for Joe saying that it was nice meeting him, and
kind of the movie type thing.
I had just wrote my phone number and went up on vacation. Well, he never called me or texted me or anything.
I didn't really call her. I really didn't have the confidence built up to try to continue it. And sure enough, she gave me a text on my birthday.
And so 3 days later, it was his birthday. So I got his phone number from my friend Krystle, and I texted him and said, "Happy birthday." And from there on out, we just started talking and texting. And
I was a little floored, a little stunned. And through that, I thought she was nice, so I started talking to her.
Like 3 hours on the phone, and I guess just right away I knew that he was the one.
But I told him the day after Christmas I was moving out and I was going to go move down. And as much as they didn't like it, I ended up doing it because I had to. And it turned out to be the right choice, obviously.
We had stayed up talking for a long time again, and it got to be 7 o'clock in the morning and Joe still hadn't made a move yet.
I was too much of a chicken, but we were up late again, not doing anything, just sitting there talking.
I was going kind of crazy and just wanting this boy to kiss me.
And she did this like awkwardly sly move though, about like, "Oh, it looks like you need some chapstick."
Yeah, do you need any chapstick? I don't know who would ever ask that, but I asked if he needed some chapstick, and he was like, "Yeah, sure." And so I ran into my bathroom that was right next to the bedroom, and I put some chapstick on my lips, and I called him in, and
then put it on her lips, and then ended up like coming close enough to kiss me, to put the chapstick on my lips.
Gave him a big old kiss on the lips and shared my chapstick with him. So
I wasn't even ready for it at that point, but I'm glad she did, because I don't know if I would have even made a move even by now.
Our first date was to Applebee's in Bloomington.
All my buddies know that I'm incredibly weird and I do the most ridiculous things, but Krystle decided to do the first weird thing of our relationship. She grabbed a bowl of food and put it next to her belly and was like,
"Can you imagine if I eat all of this? Can you imagine this all right here in my belly?" And he started freaking out because apparently he had always said that and always asked all his friends that, and his friends thought he was so weird for thinking about that.
And my reaction was, yeah, isn't your body amazing? That's just the wrong thing to say. But we both laughed. And that was one of those moments where I knew that this girl's a keeper.
And yeah, that was our first date.
That was our first date.
We both knew that it was going to happen from the very beginning, but I just didn't know what was taking 3 years for it to happen. So finally, I just told him that it should be happening soon and whatnot. And we went to go look at a ring, and then we had it sized and everything like that. And
which saved my butt, because I didn't have to pick it out and get rejected when she brought it back in for another one.
Picked out the ring, and Joe went and asked my parents. And then he went and asked my older brother, David, for my hand in marriage. And then I just had to wait for the day to come.
I wanted to take her to Hawaii and do it on a sunset on the beach. But then when reality kicked in and money costs kicked in and everything else, plus the time and pressure from Krystle's mom, especially, and my mom, trying to get the proposal done and over with. Let's do it now. Let's go do it on Thursday. It started to become a good idea, and she came up with everything, so I can't really take too much credit for it. But it turned out good.
We pulled into the driveway, and my mom ran inside really quick, and I went inside the house, and my whole family was sitting around on the couch, and they all looked at me and smiled, and I was so embarrassed, and there was a chair just sitting in the middle of the room for me to go and sit at. And then probably took like 2 minutes for Joe to come out because he was probably so nervous.
I was so nervous too. She claims that she walked into the room and saw her whole family was there, and she sat in the chair forever, which seemed like, but to me, I was kind of sweating bullets. So not that I was like nervous that she'd say no, but it was one of those like chapters in your book that you're just a goofy part to get over with.
Joe finally came out and got down on one knee and said a bunch of stuff that he probably doesn't remember.
Even though I had rehearsed everything in the kitchen before she got there, I don't remember what I said. Everything, all my whole memory is just a video. There's no audio. There's no like hearing. There isn't anything. It's just me staring her in the face.
And asked me to be his wife, and I said yes, and yeah, then we started planning the wedding.
She said yes. Actually, no, she did. She paused and she said some weird things, or she like got up and just hugged me, and then everybody asked her like, "Is that a yes?" She didn't even say yes right away. And then of course she's like, "Oh, of course, yes, yes."
The thing that I love most about Joe is that he's always there for me when I need him, and he's always there for me through the tough times and the silly times, and he knows that I am just going to be how I am. Even when I'm stubborn, he's still there with me and deals with me. And he knows that I'm always right about everything.
She's never wrong. She's never wrong. Even when she is wrong, she's still right. She could spill a gallon of paint on the floor, and I'm the one to trouble because I let her use it or something. But I love it so much because it's always pushing me. It's always pushing me to be a better person, to do things better, to work on things harder. Because I know that if I don't, I'm gonna hear it. I'm gonna hear about it. But it's part of who she is. It's part of her personality. It's part of who Krystle is, and it's probably the biggest thing that I love about her most: her drive and determination. If she wasn't so stubborn, she wouldn't be where she is right now. She wouldn't be so stubborn to try to get a house or to try to get a business going or to get anything else in her life. So it's the biggest thing that I love and admire the most about her.
His faith, sometimes when I'm having a hard time dealing with stuff, he lifts me up and keeps me going and remembering what life's about and stuff like that. And also what I love so much about him is that I guess just the most that we can be silly together and laugh together about the dumbest things or the funniest things that we laugh about for hours and hours. And
and her eyes, because her eyes are big. And I like big eyes. I don't really know why. Her.
Me.
Because she deals with that kind of stuff.
Because he's bad with money.
I'm not
and
bad with money.
spending
She's
it all
bad
on
with money.
monsters.
2.
3.
1's not enough. 2's a decent balance, but 3 might be more than I can handle. 4 years.
2 years. A couple years. Yes. 100%.
Even when she's wrong, she's still right. I learned that one. I don't know if I'm allowed to answer that one truthfully or not here. Alright, well, Krystle. Krystle's a little messier than I am.
But
She's
I
a
am
girl.
the one who cleans up everything, no matter
Wrong.
how. Don't think I'm making
I am. She
'Cause
said sorry.
I'm never wrong, that's why I don't say sorry first.
She said sorry to me twice so far in our relationship. They were very sarcastic. Children.
Having someone that you know is always going to be there for you no matter what, and the commitment. Wedding
Honeymoon.
day. Because we're going to have all of our friends and family there, and we're going to dress up pretty, and I've been waiting to wear my dress for like 6 months now, and it's really cool, and I can't wait to show him, because that's the only thing that I've had to keep as a secret from him, that I can't show him, so I can't wait for him to see it, and hopefully he likes it.
I love you.
I love you too.